No, this is the way this is the way it's going, Skip. Guys are coming in, they're already thinking about building brands. It used to be, and it's not like this anymore, Skip. You wait, especially in the NFL. Now, obviously, basketball players are different. LeBron came in and he was already the king. Jordan, after Skip, you remember the Air Jordan came out, and so basketball is different. But in football, especially the quarterbacks, it normally took some years before Peyton Manning thought about building a brand. Obviously, he had it in the back of his mind. He said, but I need to get in here and win some games before I start talking about branding stuff. Tom Brady waited a long time before the TB12. I'm sure at the back of his mind, he's like, okay, maybe I can become a brand. I can start building something. But that's not the way the guy's thinking now, Skip. Now, obviously, the best thing would have, but it's already taken. He can't be Mac-10 because that's a firearm, and he can't be Mac-10 because that's a rapper. Even though they, one spell it one way and the one spell it the other, he can't use Mac-10, which would have been really cool. Mac-10, Skip, that'd have been perfect for him. So he goes MJ10. Tom Brady does not have a copyright or patent on nobody can use initial and nobody can use numbers. He doesn't have a patent on that. Oh, he's copying Tom Brady. No, he's not. First of all, the first TB was Terry Bradshaw, so he stole TB. He used his number. So I don't have a problem with it, Skip. It's just, and even though it might take him some years to get national spots. But if you play quarterback, locally you can rack up too, Skip. You know that. So just because it's not something that we see nationally, where it's a Gatorade spot, or we see Baker Mayfield doing all these progressives, or we see Mahomes and Rodgers doing All-State, Tom Brady's doing Subway, he might not have national commercials, but local money is good too. And so he'll probably get a couple of these locals probably have a car deal right now, Skip, that he makes appearances at. They give him a car to drive. I'm sure he has, a phone service provider or whatever the case may be. So normally quarterbacks, Skip, no matter how good you are, no matter how bad your team are, they normally the guys that's front and center when it comes to marketing on the team. And so Mac Jones winning like he's winning, he seems to be the real deal. Everybody, I heard the McCourty brothers speaking glowing terms about him. I heard Slater, Matthew Slater, speaking glowing terms, saying we have a lot of guys in this building. I don't know if we've seen anybody spend any more time in this building than what he does. So everybody speaks in glowing terms. And so, Skip, he's going to be marketable because he's going to win in New England, and they love the Patriots. So I get it. I don't have a problem with it whatsoever. But you want to make it seem like, oh, he copied it.
I haven't
No, I know, because you always say Tom Brady can't nobody use initials. Kyler Murray's already K1. So this is what, Skip, this is where we are now. It's different than when you were covering. It's different than when I was playing. Basically, only the quarterbacks were branding, and that was after 4 or 5 years. Now, guys come in, everybody getting shoes, patent leather shoes. You had to be somebody. Nike wouldn't even dare think about giving me no shoes my first couple of years in the league. Now, I see guys, all they play is special teams. They got their number on their shoes. They got patent leather shoes. I'm like, how? You ain't even doing, you on the bench with the best-looking shoes in the house. Look at Tom Brady. He got plain Under Armour. Peyton Manning had the little plain shoes. Now everybody got fancy shoes, Skip. This is just a sign of time to come, or what it is not, Skip. So for me, I don't got a problem with it. It's smart. He probably tried to get ahead of it because you know how people are, Skip. They just bop. I had to buy Shannon Sharpe 84 off a dude because somebody had done beat me to it. It is what it is.
Tom Brady has 7 Super Bowl rings. Should have 9 Super Bowl rings. But Belichick cost him 2 more.
Can I ask you a question?
He should have 9.
Let me ask you a question. Did he wait till he got to 7, or did he start doing this before?
He really hasn't done much of this until he got to Tampa Bay under no risk it, no biscuit Bruce Arians and started letting his hair down and having some fun. The audacity of what Mac Jones just did in the middle of his rookie campaign in New England is just stunning to me, that he has now exposed himself as not that quiet, humble kid from Alabama by Jacksonville. No, he's Baker Mayfield. He might be beyond Baker Mayfield, right? Here we go. Yeah, that's who he is. The audacity and the bad idea of this.
Why is it a bad idea?
Let's start with the initials. Those 2 initials should be retired from all time. Nobody can ever use those initials because there was only one MJ, as in Michael Jordan. This is sports we're talking about, not entertainment. We are talking about Michael Jeffrey Jordan, the GOAT of GOATs, the greatest GOAT of all time, the greatest single player, the greatest clutch player ever. You can't adopt his, it's like LeBron having the audacity to adopt or borrow the powder toss routine. You can't do it.
Everybody's done something.
You can't do it.
Skip, everybody has done something before. You want Tom Brady to patent, let's go, like he was the first player to ever say, let's go.
MJ10, are you kidding me?
What you want him to be this, Skip?
I don't know. You got to think of something better. I get you about Mac. You can't. There are too many Mac somethings out there. You can't do it. It won't work because they're already trademarked.
Right.
But you got to come up with something else. And then the audacity to follow in the footsteps of the GOAT before you, because he was TB12.
Yeah.
And that was his trademark.
Yeah.
That was his calling card. I'm TB12. He coined that.
Right.
So now this kid's going to be MJ10. So it's right in the
MAC-10 Enterprises.
Okay, MAC-10 Enterprises.
It's his company.
You can do whatever you want to do, but just don't do that. You were double wrong with this. Okay, there's a way to do it. Just do Mac with an exclamation point.
No. He wants his number. He's MAC-10, so he wanted MJ10. Okay, that's what he wanted.
At least Patrick Mahomes, thanks to his agent Lee Steinberg, waited 2 years. He toiled in the shadows. Yes. He was spectacular the first 2 years, but he did no endorsements, no commercial making until he actually got to and won a Super Bowl. And then it was like, okay, I have earned it. I have arrived. I'm up on this pedestal. Now it's time for me to start doing State Farm commercials.
Well, Skip, Andrew Luck waited 4 or 5 years before he did anything, and RG3 was right out the box.
Okay, but I don't even remember Andrew Luck doing anything.
Yeah, I think he had one commercial. I think it was with the NFL with one. But that's the point. The number one overall pick, and he wasn't even trying to do anything. And then you see other guys right out the box.
Okay, you were asking for it to do this quickly because I get it. They are now 8-4. They're a half game up on the Bills in the division. Huge game on Monday night at Bills. We'll see how he fares in that game. But he lost his first 4 home games, did MJ10. He lost his first 4 home games. Does anybody remember that? I guess not.
No, because winning makes you have amnesia.
Okay. He has now moved up to 14th in QBR, which is pretty good for a rookie. I give him, he's playing really well.
Is he going to be offensive rookie of the year? Sure. Yes or no?
The offensive rookie of the month.
Again.
Assume he will be.
Sure will.
Okay, because I'm not seeing anybody really challenge that at all.
Right.
Because the other guys aren't really doing much of anything. They've been hurt and out.
Well, the competition between him and Jamar Chase.
Okay, well, he's going to win again, but we still got a long way home here. We're not sure about that, right? We got to see him cap it off here.
Yeah, they got 2 against Buffalo. They got Indy. So yeah, they don't. The next month will tell us everything we need to know about the Patriots because they got 2 Buffaloes and they got Indy sandwiched in there. They go 3-1 in the next 4 games. They will have your undivided attention.
Yeah, they will. I keep hearing that Mac Jones, according to many people, most of them based in the New England neighborhood, is having a better first year starting than Tom Brady did. And I'm sorry, I don't see it because I look down at Tom Brady had 3 games with 3+ touchdown passes and Mac's had 1. He's still dinking and dunking. I know the last game he threw it downfield a little bit more, but
that's what Tom did.
No, again, 3 games with 3+ touchdowns.
Right, but Skip, just because you have 3+ touchdowns, how many games of 300 yards did he have?
Okay, I got it. But the point is that we got a long way to go because Tom Brady is a first-year starter. I realize it's his 2nd year in the league. As a first-year starter, he was carrying a coach who was on the hot seat. Bill Belichick was horrendously bad.
You told me earlier this year Bill Belichick is on the hot seat, considering what he did last year and what Tom Brady did in Tampa. So now he's not on the hot seat anymore?
Okay, but that was when he was a nobody because he'd gotten fired in Cleveland because they had losing records 4 of the 5 years. And then he had plunged to, 13 games under 500 because they'd fallen to 0-2 to start that 2001 season.
Okay.
And then heaven struck. The God said, let there be Brady, because Drew Bledsoe got hurt against the Jets.
Okay.
And history started to happen, right? So what happened in the Tuck Rule playoff game, the snow job game that I covered because I was covering the then Oakland Raiders?
Right.
Well, Tom Brady was quietly spectacular in that game. Can Mac Jones do that? Because
we got to find out, Skip.
Tom Brady in the 4th quarter and overtime of that game in the driving snow went 20 of 28 for 138 yards. You could see early Brady turning into
Think about what you just said. On 28 attempts, the man only had 138 yards. So in other words, he was dinking and dunking.
In the fourth quarter and overtime?
He was dinking and dunking. It doesn't matter what quarter it was in.
Driving snow.
Hold on.
Are you kidding me?
Was it only snowing when Tom Brady had the ball, or was it snowing when other people had the ball?
Well, the Raiders did nothing.
We don't know. They had a lead.
No, they had a lead at halftime, and they couldn't hold on to it.
And they should have won that game, but that was tough. But anyway, we don't know, Skip, if Mac Jones can do what some of the things that Tom has done early in his career. Because people can't get past the fact Tom Brady right now. Nobody is saying Mac Jones is Tom Brady right now. But if you go back and look at Tom Brady, remember Tom Brady as a rookie, he could not beat out Drew Bledsoe. Remember Tom Brady as a second-year player could not beat out Drew Bledsoe.
Right, but he was a sixth-round pick. Nobody even saw him coming.
That's my point.
Like there's a point where are we even going to keep him in camp as the third quarterback?
And they kept him. But all I'm saying is, Skip, is that you got to look at a player at the same point in time in their careers. People can't get past Tom Brady, 7 Super Bowl, all these come from behind wins, all-time leader in passing yards. You can't look past that. But Tom Brady originally, I played against Tom Brady early in his career. I did not see this. Anybody that tells you, Bill Belichick, anybody that tells you they saw this coming from Tom Brady, they're lying. Even after he won in 2001, we played him in 2002, and he didn't look. I'm like, that guy actually won a Super Bowl? That's what I was thinking. And then I saw him come back the next year.
Well, that's actually what you think now.
No. I know what he is, Skip. I mean, I give guys credit, but I'm not naive to the fact that See, the problem that I have with you and others is that when Tom Brady wins, it's all Brady. But when he loses, the defense didn't get him the ball back, BA got in the way, Coach Belichick cost him 2 Super Bowls. That's my only problem. If everybody was fair with the assessment of Brady, when you give him credit, but give the other guys credit also. When he don't have Gronk, but you don't mention Gronk when they win these Super Bowls. You don't mention nothing about Gronk. But let him lose a game. He ain't got Gronk. He ain't got AB. BA, the defense. That's my only problem. If everybody was fair in their assessment of the credit that goes around, I would have no problem.
And my only problem with you, if you were ever, for once in your life, fair with how great this man is and has been, you don't.
Skip,
you are lost in Brady hate.
No, because think about what you just said. You say this man has 7 Super Bowls and his head coach cost him another 2. You don't say about the 6 that the man helped him win. You just talk about the 2 that he lost.
Well, the man did help him win the very first one, his first year starting against the greatest show on turf, those St. Louis Rams. I give Belichick high marks for the defensive job that he did on Kurt Warner and company.
Right.
But what happened in the final drive with John Madden sitting up in the booth saying, boy, they got to shut it down and just play for overtime? Tom Brady, first-year starter, completed 5 huge passes to get them in range. It was 49 yards, but he got them in range. And again, Belichick trusted him and let him have the reins to go ahead and do it because Charlie Weiss is saying, the kid's got this. He's got this.
Yes.
And it took Adam Vinatieri, the greatest clutch kicker in the history of pro football, to make it from 49 yards right down Broadway, and game over. They pulled it off. A huge upset is, what were they, like a 16-point underdog?
But think about this, Skip. Going into that final drive, Tom Brady had 96 yards passing. So in other words, without Coach Belichick's defense doing that outstanding job.
I just said that.
Okay. What about in Arizona? That pick on the goal line. So what are we going to do about that? Are you going to give Coach Belichick and that Malcolm Butler any credit for that one?
Sure, I give him credit, but Tom Brady against the Legion of Boom threw for 124 yards in the fourth quarter with 2 touchdowns and brought them down back from 24 to 14. They're down 24 to 14. So, help me out. How great is that?
So let me ask you a question.
Is that all-time?
So how many points did they score in the fourth quarter, Seattle?
How many did Seattle score?
0.
0.
Coach Belichick's defense.
Okay.
So now I give you this on the flip side.
Yeah, but look at time of possession in the fourth quarter. Brady's just playing keep away from him. They can't stop him.
But they did. So in other words, did Seattle get the ball in the fourth quarter?
Much.
They did. And Coach Belichick. So I give you a prime example. You look at the Super Bowl that he lost to the Eagles the second time around. He threw for a playoff high, Super Bowl high in the history. Nobody's thrown for more yards
in the playoffs.
In the playoffs than what Tom Brady did.
505.
And what happened? Coach Belichick's defense didn't do what it normally does, and he lost. So to make a long story short and a short story long, if Coach Belichick's defenses doesn't do what they do, Tom Brady can't do what he does. But all you do is make it about Brady. That's all. That's my only problem, Skip. I know what Brady is.
He put up 33 points on Philadelphia and lost 41-33 because Malcolm Butler was mysteriously, inexplicably benched for the whole game.
You're making my point. So it doesn't matter what he does.
What happened in the first Eli Super Bowl? Help me out. What did Brady do, as he always does? Game-winning drive. I put quotes around it because it felt like a game-winning drive. He goes 75 yards, and with 2 minutes left in the game, he hits Randy Moss, 6-yard touchdown pass. They're ahead. They're back where they belong, right? And then 75 yards later, Eli Manning had driven on Bill Belichick's defense almost the length of the field, 75 yards for a touchdown. For a touchdown?
I guarantee you.
To win the game?
I'll go ask any coach right now. Whew. I said my defense is going to hold. It will hold Tampa, will hold Arizona, will hold Aaron Rodgers to 17 points. That's all they're going to get the entire game. I'm only going to give them 17 points. What do you think every head coach is going to say? We're going to win that game. Bill Belichick held Eli Manning to 17 points. Tom Brady, the GOAT, got you 14. That's not enough.
What was the score with 2 minutes left in the game?
Not enough.
14-10, New England.
Hold on.
14-10.
How many times has Tom Brady did that? How many times you say that's too much time? How many times?
It's Eli Manning. He did not have a ring at that point. It's Eli Manning.
Guess what? Every quarterback that has a ring at some point didn't have a ring.
Yeah. Who you like, Eli or Tom Brady?
Skip.
Who do you like, Bill Belichick or Eli Manning with 2 minutes left in the game and 75 yards away, and you got to score 7, not 3?
Yes.
Right?
And Asante Samuels did not have the game winning in his hand?
You could argue.
What can Bill Belichick do about that? Bill Belichick had the right situation. Eli Manning threw the ball away, and Asante was trying to worry about his feet, having his feet inbound, and he dropped it. The game's over. The game's over. Coach Belichick, you win the game 14-10, and all you would have talked about was Tom Brady leading that drive down the field. You wouldn't have mentioned Coach Belichick held a team to 10 points, just like you did. And that's my thing, Skip.
First 6 Super Bowls, all of them won with a game-winning drive in the fourth quarter or overtime. That is unheard of.
Let me ask you a question.
That is impossibly great.
Let me ask you a question. How can you get to have a game-winning drive if the defense doesn't have you in position to do that?
Obviously, you have to have some defense, but the defense let them down in 2 Super Bowls.
The Skip. All you think about is what Tom Brady didn't win. Tom Brady could have easily lost. He could have easily lost that Carolina Super Bowl. He could have easily lost the Rams Super Bowl. He could have easily lost the Seattle Super Bowl. But all you do is highlight his win.
Game-winning drives.
Yeah. So you see what you did? It's all game-winning drives. Okay, when he lose, it's Coach Belichick's fault. That's all I'm saying.
Well, sometimes they're in concert. I told you the first game, hand in hand, defense, offense. But in the end, what won the game? The offense. Brady won the game. Okay.
How can Brady win the game, Skip? So if you're down, Brady, I give Brady a 2-minute drive, and he's down 40-14. What good is that 2-minute drive? Well, Coach Belichick had that defense didn't allow them to score in the fourth quarter. Okay, he's down 28-3. Coach Belichick pitches a shutout for 35, 36 minutes of the rest of the game to allow Tom to do what he did. He took the ball away. Dante Hightower sacked him. He got to go 18 yards for a touchdown. You don't mention any of that.
How many Super Bowls do you think Bill Belichick would have won without Tom Brady?
How many do you believe Tom Brady would have won without Belichick? We'll never know.
Several. Like 4 or 5. I don't know. I give Belichick some credit. I told you, 25% of the credit. Belichick would have won 0 Super Bowls without Tom Brady.
Well, this is what we know.
0.
We know Tom Brady has won a Super Bowl without Coach Belichick. Yep. But you have to go back to the origins. You have to go back to the beginning. Do you believe? I don't believe that, Skip. I don't believe Tom Brady would be Tom Brady without Coach Belichick. Definitely Coach Belichick wouldn't be Coach Belichick without Tom Brady. But to say Tom still would have got 6 Super Bowls without Coach Belichick, I do not believe that to be the case.
Well, all I know is now Belichick's got TB2, because that should have been what he trademarked.
He got
It's TB the second. Tom Brady the second.
MJ10, and all I know is I'm getting me a T-shirt.
Are you?
Yeah, I sure am.
Good for you, because he has revealed himself to be beyond Baker Mayfield.
No,
Congratulations.
Skip.
Here we go.
First of all, You know
He
all
has sent the
quarterbacks like-
message, I got this. I will be at least as good as he was.
No, that's not what he did.
It is.
All right, guys, thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.